The second question I got here is actually more interesting from the same guy.
Yeah.
He asked us this. So if I am doing a cloud business, then the customer have to pay for, first of all, the Cloud PBX,
Yeah.
right? And they have to pay for the trunks. And they have to pay for the services. Because as he mentioned, in their country, the SIP trunks are not stable. They will constantly have problems. So the customer will be requiring services, right? So therefore, the customer have to pay 3 times.
According to this description, that's right. 3 times.
But if we're doing a hardware PBX, the customer just have to pay the PBX, right? When it comes to the trunks, well, it's just directly with the service provider. And they have to pay the installers or the dealers the PBX, and the dealers are only responsible for the PBX part, right? It's simple. How can I convince the customer to pay 3 times?
That's a good question. Hold on a second. I think, first of all, that's a good question. And it even confused me for a few seconds. All right.
Yeah.
But actually, I think we shall think about this question in a different way.
Yeah, this is actually a very, very typical confusion.
If you keep a very traditional mind, absolutely it will confuse you guys.
Yeah.
That's why I said, hold on a second.
Yeah.
I think probably we just need to change our mind about this question. I mean, think about it. Previously, you were selling the hardware PBX. A sure thing, your business model will be like that.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to charge end users about the trunk, about infrastructures. That's right. But now, you're selling the Cloud PBX with a whole bunch of services.
Yeah.
Are you still a box mover? Just ask yourself.
You are no longer a dealer.
That's right. That's right. That's my point. I don't think you're going to be a box mover anymore, any longer.
Yeah.
Right. Your identity is supposed to be switched to the service provider.
Yeah. So that means the customer should pay everything to you for everything about their phone system. And you should be in charge of everything about their phone system.
Yeah.
Therefore, you got way more benefit, right?
Take your responsibility and also take the calculation. And don't tell end users about all this because they don't even need to know that.
Yeah, this is actually a very interesting point. In many businesses, it's a little bit difficult for dealers to transmit from a product provider to a service provider. Why? Because if the customer got the product, they don't need your service anymore.
Exactly.
Because they have basic knowledge
Exactly.
about the product. They can do it by themselves. But actually, that's kind of the beauty of our business, the phone system,
Right.
Because most customers, 99.99% of the customers,
You don't have the particular
they have
knowledge.
zero
Sure.
knowledge background about their phone system.
Right.
And it's quite expensive to hire someone specifically for the phone system. And to be honest, if you spend that money to hire a specific guy for your phone system, sorry, that guy will be free.
9 times out of 10, he's gonna be free.
We'll be playing his phones most of the time, right? Because if your phone system is working okay, you got nothing to do.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
It's quite expensive.
Yeah.
Right? It's impossible. So the customer will never, in most of the cases, they cannot deal with the phone system by themselves. So they need a pro to help them.
Yeah.
Right? You can be the pro. You go out there and be a pro, right? I'll give you this one question. Say if you are starting a company if you're doing makeups, a company that do makeup. What do you know about phone system? When it comes to phones, what do you need? What comes to your mind?
If I'm the business owner of this makeup shops, what I know about phone system is just the phone, the telephone, and I also have a number.
Yeah, I need a number.
That's it. Nothing else.
Or I know that I need a auto attendant. My client called me, a voice will come up.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's as much as they know, right?
Yeah.
But think about it. If you are selling PBXs, you need to explain because the PBX, the box, is the product that you sell. So you need to tell them, okay, you need to get a number.
Yeah.
The number is from service provider.
Sure.
Most people know that, right? I have phones. I can give you phones, right? But I have to install this additional box for you because even though you usually make calls with your phones, well, the calls have to go from the phones to the box, then to the service provider.
Right.
So things can work.
Sure.
You have to explain this.
Yeah, that's it.
Right.
You are supposed to spend some time to educate your end users, to convince them
Yeah.
why they need to spend a lot of money on that box.
Yeah.
Because for end users, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
I got numbers. Why do I need this box?
Seriously, for end users, when you try to explain them, hey, this is the box you need, and this is really expensive.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense for them.
Yeah. But if you're doing cloud business, there are no bugs. Okay, you need phones, I'll give you phones.
Right.
You need numbers, I have numbers.
Sure.
Or you have number yourself, right?
Right.
I get in there, I set up router, switch. This people can.
Yeah, they'll understand
they'll
that for
understand
network.
This is internet stuff, and you connect them. You doing a couple of configurations on your computer, and things works.
And the point is, I think you're going to offer the end user a more reasonable price
Yeah.
because you're going to charge them monthly.
Yeah, this is actually.
It makes sense.
Yeah, this
it's
is
just like your mobile service.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about what is the mobile service, but they're going to use it. And they never ask, what is this?
Guys, the thing is, if you really think about it, we pay for the service provider for our mobile phones, right? For the phones, many of you guys buy the phones from the service provider. You got the phones, that is the endpoint. That is like the IP phones on your desk, right? It's more expensive, but it is the thing, right? And then you got the number from the service provider as well. But if you really think about it, did you pay for the switch that connect all the phones from a service provider? You do. Yeah. But where do you pay? How do you pay? Did they tell you that you pay for the switch?
They never tell you anything about it. They just tell you, hey, this is your service pack.
Yeah.
And I will charge you maybe $20, $50 per month. That's it. That's your phone bill.
Yeah, they have a very good accountant.
Yeah.
Yeah. They give you a lot of options, but in all the options, expensive or cheap, the charges for the switch are all included. You just paid for them.
And that's just the thing I mentioned. You guys, if you change your mind, take the responsibility. Come on, and do the calculation. You can do the same way.
Yeah.